Hello, everybody. This is General Thomson here with my first ever podcast. We're running it live. This is General Thomson. We'll probably be talking about many different things. I'm going to start off with sports and gaming, probably. That's what my main thing. Maybe we'll do a little politics here and there. Maybe some theories and such like that of mine. But mostly we'll try to stick with sports because if I open up the can of worms of politics, everybody's going to go yeet on me. So, not that they'll do anything to me. I mean, they can yeet on me all they want. Not like it matters, but I'm saying I'd rather not get too much involved with that. Because no one really likes talking about politics unless it's an argument, which I like getting involved in arguments sometimes. They're fun. Sometimes. Just, sometimes they can be fun, other times they can't be. Anyway, let's just discuss some things, some happenings and whatnot, blah blah blah. I don't know what you guys want to talk about. Not like you guys can talk about anything. It's my podcast. For I guess episode 1 of the podcast, my pilot episode is that we'll call. I don't know if we'll call this. I think we'll just call it episode 1. Since we're I guess sports, we'll start it off with, since I'm mainly sports orientated for my channel. We're gonna talk more about the Steelers because that's my number one team and drama and all that, and AB and Le'Veon Bell. I mean, Le'Veon Bell, we all know the story from multiple years. Didn't want to be with the team, so all he wanted was money. He wanted to be on the team with the money. We couldn't let him, so he's now in free agent. Will he be signed? He asked, where am I going? My thoughts, probably. I don't see you. I can see you making play, maybe going to the Jets, but I don't see you starting. Not saying that he won't, but you missed a year of football, Le'Veon. Let's just be real. You missed a year of football. It's kind of hard for you to come back. I mean, you're going to be rusty. You're probably going to get, the team's going to sign you thinking, oh yeah, we're going to get this, and then you're going to play. You're not going to be as good as you were on Pittsburgh, and then the team's going to be like, oh, and now they wasted a bunch of money on you for the picks. It's just, if honestly, you should just be good. Honestly, I can't wait for whatever poor soul signs you. I hope it's like a team that's against Pittsburgh, sort of. That's not against, but that's like sort of like a semi-rival, so that when they sign you and you waste all this money on them, they end up being ticked, and then it's just like, why? Because you're not that good from not missing them, and it's just like, yeah, see, this is why we don't do it, and then you play like a few years later and you just retire anyway. That'd be stupid. That would be stupidly hilarious. I would laugh so much. But until then, yeah, that's my opinion. On Le'Veon Bell, I really find it funny for whatever team pays Le'Veon. That'd be funny. Anyway, AB, he had fun. We had fun. Things like this happen. AB, hey, he had his career. It was. I like him. Honestly, we could Le'Veon Bell. Not like I'm gonna get a Le'Veon Bell jersey now. I was planning on getting one eventually, and an AB jersey. But at this point, maybe if they make their Hall of Fame careers, and it's like, you know what? Okay, yeah, sure, I'll get them later on. But mostly, I'm not right now. Only because, hey, they're Hall of Famers, and they both have the potential to be Hall of Famers. Don't get me wrong; they've done multiple things. I think they'd be definitely Hall of Famers if they get a Super Bowl ring. That's more saying AB than Bell, because Bell doesn't care about Super Bowl rings. I think he just cares about money. I understand he wants to open up the market, but James Conner and C.J. Anderson have proven to the world running backs don't need to be paid. Give them a decent O-line. Give them a great O-line, and you can make any running back be decent or better. Like James Conner, he proved that the Steelers O-line, any running back, decent or better. Same with Samuels, and Ridley had his hiccups. Look at that. Anyway, now, what else? Same with C.J. Anderson. Todd Gurley, he barely played the Super Bowl, which is some people's reasons for saying they all lost. Yes, I will say this. Yes, they probably did lose because of that a little bit. You had you probably had one of the best running backs in the league, and you did nothing with him. He sat on the bench during the Super Bowl, during your biggest game. That's what happened, and it could have changed the whole outcome. Yeah, but C.J. Anderson, and so I feel like Todd Gurley, he's gonna play. He's gonna get his next contract. C.J. Anderson's gonna be there. Not there, but in the minds of the people, he's gonna want money, so a decent amount of money. They'll try to open it up, and they're not gonna get it to him, and they're gonna have another. LA is gonna have a Le'Veon Bell type situation on their hands, except they might not. They may need to put their tag on somebody else who's more important. Like maybe like Jared Goff. Maybe, I don't know, a wide receiver. I don't know who needs to be put on the listings or whatever. Let's see here. So we talked about AB. Honestly, for the New York, Le'Veon Bell, we already did that. AB, I can see there's a few places. San Francisco's probably the highest on the list, but Steelers control. So the Steelers control AB's destiny, which means San Fran may not even be open. Sure, they're open because of their number 2, how they get the 34th, but what if Oakland's like, all right, AB, hey, and they fork out, and they're like, here 2 first-round draft picks. I'd rather take the 2 firsts. Not saying that will ever happen, because I don't think Oakland's that. And no, then again, Oakland is that stupid. They just traded away Clem Mack. They might just do it. But I don't know. Maybe I don't think they're trying to draft picks, Oakland, because I think Oakland, being that the fact they got the 2 draft picks for a reason, is because they're trying to rebuild the team. Now, yes, you may want a better wide receiver after you lose Cooper, but I don't know. It's just me. They may just take Le'Veon and settle it there because they don't have to give picks. That's what I could see them doing. Being with AB, Atlanta could be a possibility. Arizona, so a good possibility for P2. I know many people are like, oh, we ain't getting P2. Well, you can still get P2. There's a few teams. Houston, maybe, depending on what. But, that's pretty much all I can think. Free agency, Landon Collins, I really think we need help with safety. And besides, Morgan Burnett apparently wants to leave Pittsburgh, so maybe get Philman with Landon Collins, who's in the money margins pretty decent, and we can really get some good stuff out of his production. Besides, he'd probably go to Pittsburgh, actually go to a team that can actually win games, unlike the Giants, who can't do anything. Besides have mediocre seasons. I say that mostly because of all the Giants fans that I know. Yeah, I like making fun of you guys. Because you guys seem very obnoxious to me, so I like to throw jabs. Except my jabs are a lot more better than yours, because you can throw dirt at Pittsburgh, but your team hasn't done anything since when you guys haven't done anything in forever. My team's actually done a lot, so yeah. I'm just gonna leave it there. Let's see what 9 minutes in. So we talked about AB. We talked about that. That's that. I really want Mike Tomlin to at least fire Keith Butler. I'm sorry, Keith Butler needs to go. He's just not the He's not the DC of this team. So I think Tomlin and Butler are both going to leave next year when Tomlin's career contract's up. Because unless they somehow make it to the Super Bowl, which won't happen, because honestly, the Steelers going to. I know. See, honestly, I don't care. I know, but I don't care. what was I talking about? Oh yeah, yeah, AB, Steelers, yeah, Mike Tomlin. Oh yeah, but I don't think Mike Tomlin's. I want a down year. I'm fine with us going like 6-10, getting decent draft pick, and then taking that draft pick to get somebody else who we can then take to go to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I'd rather us take 2 years to get to the Super Bowl than trying to go to the Super Bowl now and going. I know I'd rather us go to the Super Bowl 2 years when Mike Tomlin's gone and when we actually have a decent coach who, because Mike Tomlin's a people coach. All the drama. I honestly think if Mike Tomlin was stronger, or he was a better coach, or if he had somebody that was tougher with the players, AB situation would never happen. Le'Veon Bell never happened. Well, no, it may have happened, but it would have been handled a little bit different. Um, who else? Martavis Bryant a lot better. Not that Martavis Bryant did much, but yeah, he was a decent wide receiver for us. A lot of situations probably would have never happened if we had a decent head coach that wasn't Mike Tomlin, who's a player's head coach. Big Ben would have acted more like a leader, and yeah, things like that. Not that being said, now I think if we happen, I personally, one of my personal changes I can see, I wanted AB for Josh Norman. Will it happen? Probably not. It'd be a great trade, but not that thing. Probably not. Something else I'd probably want is AB and Bud Dupree to 49ers for second and fourth round picks. It's something San Fran might do, and it would be better. Yeah, so, and yeah. So, yeah. Oh, we're 12 minutes in. Ooh, special. Zesty podcast. I'm just, so that probably can say anything around the NFL, Michael Crabtree being released, that happened. Which means Baltimore's probably going to ruin another wide receiver, like they always do, with N'Keal Harry, which is sad. It truly is. What makes me wonder, what will Cleveland pick? Because I know we're going to go probably defensive back or linebacker for Pittsburgh, but it makes me think, who is Cleveland going to take? Also makes me think, well, John Ross goes to Baltimore. So that means Pittsburgh should get N'Keal Harry. And if we get N'Keal Harry, oh, okay, everybody's done. Who needs AB who? No. Yeah, I still think we need a little older person with experience besides Juju. Yes, Juju's good. We use them, but I think he doesn't have much experience. That's why I feel like we should bring somebody else who's older. But that being said, I'd still like the options. Yeah, so not much really else to talk about that I know. Yeah, things have been good. Not much about the NFL. The AF, the Alliance of American Football, that's been good. I gotta do my power rankings soon. Not much has really changed in the ranking systems. A few changes here and there, but so far not much has changed. Yeah, that'll probably be out later, probably like tomorrow or something. Yeah, so that's probably gonna be the end of the podcast. So yeah, this was a good pilot. The General Thompson's Zesty podcast is being taken up. My mom's shaking her head to it. Alright, we'll see you guys later.